Warning, there will be some minor spoilers, not massive ones of course. Oh come on, it's a list of Letterboxd reviews from this month. But anyways, what's your own risk? Welcome to Films with Kieran, where I watch films and give my honest opinion about them. This will be a different video as I will be summing up all the films I've watched in January 2026, now that it's almost over. I'm not likely to watch any more films this month, so here's my Letterboxd reviews for all of them. So overall, this month I watched 11 films, which isn't a lot compared to the other months, but I've got college and sometimes I don't have time to watch films. So it's just 11 films this month. So what this video will include is all my Letterboxd reviews from previous reviews and some that I haven't reviewed yet. So there will be a bit of a spoilers for upcoming reviews, but yeah. Anyways, let's start the reviews. So, the overall rating for the Anaconda is 4 stars, equivalent to 8 out of 10. My Letterboxd review is: Shelley Oberon's own adventure in the jungle. Should have invited Dwayne Johnson to come along. Also, Frank Heffley peeing on Steve reminded me from that scene from the second Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie, when Frank shouted, "I knew that door had a lock on it!" Yet, he proceeded to pee on Jack Black. This movie makes me feel nostalgic, even though this movie first came out when I was less than 3 months old. Also, that dance scene with Jason Bateman, what the would have been 5 stars if it wasn't for that. If The Walking Dead was set in Scotland, it would be 100 times more crazier if Rick Grimes appeared out of nowhere with Shane to finish off the zombies. Maybe not with the Teletubbies playing in the background, and certainly not with Jimmy Savile appearing. In fact, that made the rating drop from 8 out of 10 to 6 out of 10. Thanks a lot, Jimmy, or so I say the impersonator of Jimmy. So therefore, The Graduate gets 4.5 stars, which equals to 9 out of 10. And you might be wondering what I put on my Letterboxd review. Here we go. Mrs. Robinson, you're under arrest for trapping a 20-year-old man inside your house without his approval. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. So, the overall rating for Goodfellas is a 4 out of 5 stars, which is equivalent to 9.5 out of 10. And my Letterboxd review is: Goodfellas, more like Crime Fellas. They're good in crime. Yes! Layla Trice in the film! So, the overall rating for Imaginary is 2.5 stars, which is equivalent to 5.5 out of 10. And the Letterboxd review is: the film was okay. It was a bit boring with the unnecessary plot twists, but some of the jump scares were worth it. So, my overall rating for When Harry Met Sally is 4.5 stars, which equals to 9 out of 10. Perfect for the greatest rom-com of all time. And the Letterboxd review is: when Mike Wazowski met Sally, but Mike is not a monster. He is now a 40-year-old human who doesn't believe in friends and angrily shouts about some round table. Classic Billy Crystal behaviour. So, the overall review for Robin Hood is 4.5 stars, which equals to 9.5 out of 10. And the Letterboxd review is: where aesthetic, Kieran decides to watch old Disney anime films. Better take it all in. Also, I think Prince John wants his mummy.
Mummy! I've got a dirty thumb.
I'm like the male version of Bridget Jones. In fact, I had to reference her during my last project. Well, this book inspired a lot of people to behave like her, have personalities like her, and have the same traits as her. In addition, book sales have rose more than 22%. Alright Kieran, move on mate, move on to The Godfather. So for the first time in the review, this gets a solid 5 out of 5, which of course equals to a 10 out of 10. I've got a few letterbox responses for this film, so I'm just going to do them all. Being recommended this film from a friend in college, and I can see why this film is rewatchable. The pacing, the plot, the characters, etc. makes this film ironic and will always be treasured in film history. This film runs on for nearly 3 hours, but it's action-packed and didn't get bored. Anyways, I should go ahead and try their meatball recipe one day. Sounds and looks delicious. Carlo, I'm not hungry. Connie proceeds to destroy the plates and the dinner table in full frustration. Must be in the top 3 insane breakdowns in all of film history. So, the overall review for The Running Man is an 8.5 out of 10. And the letterbox review is... Arnold S. is built different for game shows. Let that sink in. No, not literally.